Hello, football fan. It's great to be back again. Today we are going to be going through a couple of news, and we can start from Cole Palmer. And you were wondering why Cole Palmer? Of course, from that performance over the weekend, there could be only one logical place to start, and one player that is grabbing the entire headline now, and for good reason, for obvious reason, is Cole Palmer. And why are we starting with Cole Palmer today? We remember early in the season when Chelsea extended this player's contract to 9 years. A lot of people were talking about it. It was being criticized, and I remember at the time that we posted on X app that people don't understand what you are doing. They're gonna talk smart about it. They're gonna talk it down simply because they don't understand it. And now it's beginning to make a little bit of sense. And what sense is it really making now? If you look at what this Chelsea attack looks like, look at what we have here. We have a Cole Palmer that operates in a number 10 position, who could float to the left, to the right on the pitch. It could make these players playing around them better. It could provide assists to them. From what we can see here, it could provide assists to them. In just one game, he bagged in 4 goals. Before then, he had already scored 2 goals already. One that I know very well against Wolverhampton Wanderers. So this player, now I had some pundit talking about the fact that if this player is to be sold now, he's going to be sold for £150 million. And this is what the whole story was about. The strategy had always been for this new owner when they came to Chelsea that they are going to spend money on young top talent around the world. Catch them young, probably pay some premium for them, keep them in the system, develop them for years, let them grow into their potential in Chelsea. They consider that as a better strategy than going out 5 years down the line to sign Cole Palmer for £150 million or even £200 million because of inflation and the direction that football is going right now. So again, for all of those criticizing the new ownership at Chelsea, I hope you are all beginning to see the gleam, the ray of what they are doing. And while we're talking about Cole Palmer, look at all these other players that he is surrounded with. You have a Sancho, you have a Madueke, and that is not enough. We're going to be talking about quite a lot of different aspects of this in this video, what Chelsea is still doing. So here we have a team that have the strategy, and they know what they want to do, and they are simply doing it, and it's working for them. But yes, we could talk about Chelsea's attack all we want, but attack only doesn't win you games. You have to be as good as you are up front. You also have to be that good in the rear, and this is one area that is bringing concern to Chelsea, and that is the goalkeeper. This is the goalkeeper. This is what one of Chelsea ex-player had to say, that he doesn't think that Chelsea can win a major trophy with Robert Sanchez in goal, and that is pretty harsh. That is pretty harsh if you ask me. Of course, it's making mistake, but that is pretty harsh. And we can only just use the season to evaluate what this is going to be like. I remember when Pep came to Manchester City in the early days, Manchester City used to have Joe Hart as their goalkeeper. And for that one season, but Pep Guardiola had to endure that. The following season, they had to bring in a goalkeeper. Who did they bring? They brought Bravo. Bravo was another calamity of a goalkeeper. And then it took them to change Bravo again until they ended up with the player they have, the goalkeeper they have now, which is Elderson. And that is how it has worked with them. I would say Chelsea and all the pundits and everybody needs to just calm down a little bit. This player, this goalkeeper, is not as bad. He's a good stopper. The only problem he's having is with his feet. And if you ask me, it's mental. He just needs to get into that zone where he can be very comfortable with himself and confident, and then his game is going to flow. That does not mean that if it doesn't improve, that Chelsea cannot look out to have another goalkeeper. But talking of another goalkeeper and talking of what Chelsea's strategy had been again, they signed another player that is called, I think his name is Mike Pender, a goalkeeper for Genk, not Ghent, but Genk. He's a goalkeeper for Genk. And Chelsea saw that again. A lot of people had said that this player could be another Courtois. While we are talking about the goalkeeper, we have to begin to move into some of the things that are coming in the days ahead for Chelsea. Look at that. Look at that lineup. Look at the schedule in October for Chelsea. Chelsea is going to start with Genk tomorrow. And then from there, over the weekend, they're going to be playing against Nottingham Forest. That is a different kind of game. That is going to be a game where this opponent is going to stay solid, stay low, solid, and it's going to be a different game. And they're going to be looking for opportunities to break out on Chelsea and counter Chelsea. So it's going to be a different look for Chelsea when they play against Nottingham Forest. After that, then it's going to be the real test. A team that has been winning all this game has only lost once, like Chelsea, and that is Liverpool at Anfield. That is also going to be a big test for Chelsea. And the rest of the game, as we can see, Panathinaikos and then Newcastle, one in the EPL and the other one in the Carabao Cup, which is also called the League Cup. But it promises to be a great football stretch for Chelsea, and we hope they can really come out on top in all of this. Another matter we're going to be talking about in this video is Maresca. Maresca has been very good. The hierarchy in Chelsea have been very good. It's been very truthful. It goes into his conference. He speaks straight away. He tries to be as honest as he could. He take responsibility. He own his ideas, his opinion, his decision, which is what you want to see with a manager. And what is even working for him right now, much more than anything else, are the result. Now we're going to talk about something that is a little bit different, and I think a section of the fans, Chelsea fans, were talking today about the scouting in Chelsea. Look at this. Why one player that Chelsea barely missed in this past window, talking about Victor Osimhen, in these quotes where he talk himself as big. Some people might say this as arrogant. It's really not arrogant, because essentially, what do people do when they go for interview? At interview, you tell people how great you are, what you can do, the value you bring into an organization. This is what this player is trying to do here. That certain things doesn't work during the summer does not mean that he has lost his value. He's still betting on himself, and rightly so. So what can we say? He said, I'm worth over 100 million euro. There are a few players in the world like me who have reached such style and success. So he's betting on himself. In all honesty, I think that in this coming window, Chelsea is going to go for this player. And from what we're hearing, if the report are true, The value has come down to 75 million euro, and it's just going to be a different profile that Chelsea is going to have in their attack. Why we are talking about Victor Osimhen, these other two players, John Duran and Samuel Omoridian, these two other players are players that Chelsea were looking at in the summer. One of them scored today against Bayern Munich, and that's interesting. And the other one, from the stats that is being put out there, from 5 games has already scored 5 goals. Why John Duran has scored, I think, about 6 goals or 5 goals in 9. So obviously the scout in Chelsea this day, they have to be given the flower. They know what they're talking about. And this is something for all of the big account, Chelsea big accounts supporter fans. They need to calm down a little bit. Sometimes some of them speak as if they're professional. Come on guys, you just have big account, and probably you are a fan. You're passionate about the game just like any of us. But do not go beyond that. Know you're bound. Scouts are scouts for a reason. They are paid what they are paid to do scouting for a reason. So let them do their job. Let them do their job. And this, we just want to quickly make mention of that. There is a club that is currently called Vibe FC. What do you think about this club? Look at that. Look at them in pink. The last time you see this team in pink, what happened? They won the Champions League against all odds. They won the Champions League, and now they're in pink again. we're just putting you on notice on this channel that with this pink they're wearing again, something is about happening. Something is about going down. While we are talking about the numbers of games coming, if Chelsea goes through those numbers of goals and they win it all, there's no doubt something is about going down here. And finger crossed, let's see how the season progresses. Now there is this player that scored a wonderful goal over the past days. It was a beautiful goal that was laid out for him, and then he scored that goal. Which player are we talking about? We're talking about Estavio William. I'm going to show you us a video. So what can we say about this player when we're talking about the level of talent in Chelsea's squad right now, and to think of the fact that we're still going to have these two gentlemen to that team? Estavio William is most likely to play from the right hand side of the attack, and then you still have a Kendrick Pies coming into the team, another attacking player. So what does that suggest? What does this suggest? This suggests that at least one of Chelsea attacking player in the wide area is going to be going out next season for sure. And we all know the elephant in the room, who that is going to be. I leave that imagination to us to figure out. What do you think is going out if these two players come into Chelsea? Who do you think is the wide player that will be going out? Put it in the comment section below. I'd like to know who you think it is. I'm not going to give it out. Maybe in the next video we might just be able to give you our opinion. But who do you think is going to be that player that Chelsea is going to be phasing out? While we are at that, there's been talk within Chelsea communities about the captain. But this is a bit of information that came out today. According to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea staff don't want to risk anything with Reece James. The international break will help to keep working and to have him available in the best condition as soon as possible. No risk will be taken. And this was according to Fabrizio Romano, and these are quotes he got from the club. So it's so clear that Chelsea is doing everything possible to make sure that Reece James comes back with a bang. What is going on at Manchester United? What's going on there? Well, one of the things in the TL today about Manchester United is that, and this is not new, it's been in the media for quite a while now, Manchester United is looking at having Gareth Southgate, and that is what a whole lot of us Manchester United opposition fans wanted. This is what we love. Southgate to Man U. We will love that. Yay! Well, one of the things that is very certain though is if he gets sacked, I don't really wish he gets sacked. I want him to be the manager till my team plays against them. But in case he gets sacked, it's so obvious what the strategy had been all along. The strategy had always been to have Ruud van Nistelrooy to take over, and there are news out there that is already impressing a lot of people at the club, and that is about Manchester United. Okay, the drama is now ending yet. Today in the Champions League, what is that? Aston Villa beat Bayern Munich 1-0. And what does company have to say? Well, they're going to learn from it. They're really going to learn from it. From a game like this, they're going to learn from it. But one thing is certain. One, Mr. John Duran, that Chelsea was almost signing in the summer, scored a wonderful goal. And I was listening to his interview in Spanish over the CBS over the CBS channel when he's being interviewed by Kate Abdo and Thierry Henry and the gang over there. Those gangs are wonderful guys, full of entertainers. I really love it. I love the part that Carragher and Richard were trying to speak Spanish. That was so interesting. It was so fun. You guys can go over the TL line and take a look at that. It's very, very funny. So Aston Villa was able to do the job. They got the job done. And this is the work of Unai Emery. He deserves his flower. He's doing a good job. And all the bosses, the architect and the boss, they took time to take a picture the day they beat Bayern Munich 1-0 in Champions League. Well, at this point, we are coming to the end of this video, and we just want to use this opportunity to appeal to all of our fans who comes to this channel to check out our content. Please support us. We need your support. We need to grow this channel. We need you to put a like there. A lot of people comes here to take a look at some of the content we have. We appreciate if you can drop a like, if you can subscribe, turn on your notification button so that when we have a content, you will be alerted to see it. Okay, on the last note, today is the days of wonder. What happened here? Real Madrid lost to Lille by 1-0. Anyway, at this point, we already have a long video, and we're just gonna cut it short at this point. Until we see you in the next one, have a good one.